This is Damon L. Jacobs. I'm here at the premiere of the Southside film in Tribeca in Lower Manhattan. I've got interviews with the stars of this touching and relevant film. Stay tuned. So I'm here with producer, writer, director Gregori Martin of the Southside. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So I've been talking with a lot of the actors and the people involved in the film and just talking about how relevant this film is, especially given that the tragedy happened so recently. What was it like for you to put this movie together and write this in such a short period of time?
Well, it was not easy. It was actually very difficult. It was probably my most difficult task of anything I've ever done. Little Robert was my first cousin, and he was at a party. And he was murdered. He was killed. He was 19 years old. He was killed. And one of the things about little Robert, and you could actually see in his beautiful face right here, was we're several years apart. And growing up, when I got when I became a director and got into filmmaking, one of the things that I always said every time I would go back home here to New York, I would always look at my cousin's beautiful face and his demeanor, and say, I gotta get this kid into acting. Because he was just he had such a presence, and I didn't. And so when he died, it hit me really, really hard, and so, yeah, so. And so I needed to do something for him. And so this is for him.
A lot of people have told me that they feel him with us today.
He's here.
Yeah.
So I love you, little Robert.
Yeah. Gregori, this is such a beautiful statement. Who would you most want to see this film? Where do you want this film to go? Who do you want to see this?
I want everyone. I want everyone in the world to see it, and I'm going to do everything so that as many eyes as possible can actually see it. It's a really important film. There's so much gang violence. My cousin was not associated with any gang. In fact, he was on his way to becoming a police officer. He passed the exam, and he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And
as any of us could be.
Right. Yeah. And so there's gangs out there. There's vicious gangs, and the murderer, the one who killed my cousin is actually still out there. And so, I hope that this will help find the killer.
I hope so too. Would you like this to be shown in schools, in
Oh yeah, it's a great
youth
film.
departments?
Some of the language is a little strong because I wanted it to be as honest as possible. My cousin wasn't a saint. He is now. But he wasn't. He was a regular teen, and he did things, and he got into trouble, and he tried to get himself out of trouble, and, it was... But he was a beautiful person, and everyone that I've ever interviewed that was closer to him, a lot closer than me, because we're so far apart in age, talked about what a wonderful role model he was to the people in his circle, And so, I just hope that everyone sees this, because it's just not fair,
It's not, but I think an artistic statement like this really is going to help us heal and to transform that into something positive. Right. And hopefully this will be shown and people will learn from it.
Right. Yes.
Making a difference.
Thank you. We love soaps.
We love soaps.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with Darrell Witt at the premiere of the Southside. How are you? It's so good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Damon.
Yeah. So first of all, tell me about your role in this film.
I play one of the film is based on Robert Areizaga Jr. and I play one of his friends named Mo in the film. It was actually based on one of his real friends named Manny. And there's like maybe 4 of us that are really tight, and 5 of us that are really tight in the film. It's 2 cousins, Robert, and 2 additional friends, and I play one of those friends who is based on the actual character of a kid named Manny. So that's pretty much it. We just, it's really about, it's a coming of age film, and I play a character that is, it's a movie about loyalty, a movie about friendship, and a coming of age film that my character and all the other characters just bring to life.
What I so appreciate about this film is how it really is a film about a real life story. It also seems to explore the consequences of senseless violence and random violence in our society.
Yeah, it does. And it it is it's an eye opener because this story happens so often where I'm from and a ton of places like it in urban areas. The story is really. I'm sad that we had to tell it in this way based on actual situations, Gregori's actual cousin, but it's so important for a lot of people. It's a universal film. The message is universal, but it's important for a lot of people to see this perspective of the same story. And I'm sure it happens in a bunch of places, but this perspective of the story that happens, in our communities or communities like where I'm from, over and over and over again. So this is great. I'm glad we got it together to do the film, and I'm glad the circumstances of it. It's sad, but I'm glad that we got to tribute Gregori's cousin in this way.
Who would you most like this film to be reached by? Like, who would you want to see this film if you could show it anywhere to anybody?
I think everybody. I think there's certain films, no matter where they take place, what the vernacular is, they just touch people. You have films, that touch everybody, and I think this is a type of film, even though it's exclusive to one culture. I think it's a universal message, and I think the universal message will touch a bunch of different type of people. So I want it to touch everybody. I think it will touch everybody.
I hope it. I would love to see it like taught in schools. And,
Oh yeah. Oh, it would be an excellent film. Yeah, for that. Yeah.
So I'm here with Christos Andrews, star of the Southside premiere. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, Damon?
Good. So I'm sure you've been to some of these sort of openings before now. These red carpet screenings. Is it getting boring? Is it getting tiring for you?
Oh, not at all. I don't think it'll ever get boring, to be honest.
Yeah, it's exciting, huh?
Yeah, always a good time.
This is such a spiritually and artistically a profound film. What was it like for you making this?
Ooh, it's hard to explain. It really is a huge honor, huge duty, pretty much a divine thing. This project I've done or might do is probably the most meaningful. The role I play, for obvious reasons, it's probably the most meaningful role I'll ever do.
What was the most challenging part of playing this role of a deceased young man?
Well, there's a lot of factors that actually go into it. I mean, first of all, I grew up on the West Coast in LA, Santa Monica, Venice, on the beach, basically. The complete opposite side of the country, let alone culture differences. I went from my environment in LA, Santa Monica, whatever. I went from my whole life being raised there to going to Yonkers. I have never been to New York State before this, let alone Yonkers. I've never met any of these, any residents there, any people who live there, any of Gregori's family I never met before, but I flew out, met them, connected, started to switch it up, developed a little bit of an accent, a little bit of sort of body language for it. I didn't ever even meet Robert. That's another huge factor that went into it. I had to go off of what his family told me, what Gregori told me, what his cousins told me, what his dad told me, what his family told me. And I had to go off of photos, off of anything I could go off of his Facebook statuses, just to get a feel for how he operated,
Did you feel pressure on you from the family?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I did feel the pressure because I lived to give the role justice. It was the most important thing in my life when I was doing it. If I hadn't done the best I can, I wouldn't have felt righteous.
I know you've been wearing the hat today on the red carpet in interviews. Is there a significance of that?
Yeah, well, Robert always wore the hat, Yankee hat,
Yeah. Chris, it's based on, you grew up, like you said, in Santa Monica, West Coast. You've been portraying, kind of living this role. What do you think needs to happen in our lifetime for this kind of senseless violence to stop happening?
First of all, this movie getting out there is going to be a big deal for that whole issue. The whole issue of gang violence and innocent lives just being taken heinously, like just randomly, completely out of nowhere for no reason. Gang violence is the worst thing. It makes no sense at all. So it's so important that a film like this is out there where people, here you have a family who lost this great person. No one can feel like the family felt for this loss because it's not their family member. But hopefully through watching this film, they can feel the loss the same way his family felt it. And therefore, they will want to do something about it, just like the family. They will want to fight against violence, against gang violence. It's horrible, and this film, I believe, will make a big difference. Well, there's a pretty good message at the end of the film. I'll admit. I mean, I don't take that as a spoiler. It's a pretty good positive message. I mean, it is. I admit it is a sad film, a very sad film, but there's light. There's light in the end. There's a good message. Robert's spirit's always with you. I honestly mean that, earnestly.
Have you felt that?
Yeah, and I actually felt that, and it was along with Gregori through directing, along with the family. They felt that he was completely involved with the project himself.
Wow. I'm here with Ellen Dolan and her beautiful daughter Angie at the premiere of The Southside. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Have you ever been to one of these like movie premiere things before?
I have not.
So tell us about your role in the film.
I play the wife of Frank. It's been so long. It feels like it's been a year since I shot it. When he gets the news about the outcome. And it's one scene. It's short, sweet. But, you know, I'm glad I got to get in on it and be part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see it.
What do you think we need to do to live in a world with less violence, less random acts of trauma? And
more understanding, more love, listening. It seems like it's a big sports event. You know, everything is yelling. If we could just calm down, step back, stop trying to be right, no matter what. I think in general that would filter down.
I agree. I am here with Dante Alexander, a rising star who is being featured in The Southside today. How are you, sir?
Good.
Tell me, what do you do in the movie we're going to see today in The Southside? What's your role?
Well, I'm Robert Airzaga's brother in this. Little brother in this movie. I don't really get too much attention in the movie.
Did you have fun making it?
Yeah.
Have you been to a premiere like this before?
No.
No?
This is my
like
first.
Wow. I am here with the phenomenally talented and gorgeous Fiona Hutchison.
Oh God, I like that.
I loved your work. Tell me about your role here in The Southside.
Detective, and trying to crack this young man who's got all the information. I won't give away more than that, but you know, we're trying to crack the code in the scenes that I have. It was great fun.
What was it like for you?
We did a lot of improvs that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of improvs. It's very good.
What was it like for you to be part of a film that's depicting an event that happened so very relatively recently?
Well, I think there should be more pieces of art imitating life just like this.
Yeah.
I think this is an excellent way to try and get to something if you need to, a way to express it. I think this is a very good medium for that. I think we're very fortunate. The internet, independent film, that's what it's all about, is bringing a story that people can see, and sometimes the story is not completely told yet. Right? The end may or may not have arrived.
It's like life.
That's like
Just
life.
like real life.
That's like
Yeah.
life. That's like life. That's like soap operas.
Just like soap. That is
The
how
ongoing drama.
soaps are similar to life. Life is a never-ending story.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it is. I know.
So I'm here at the Southside premiere with Bronson Pickett. How are you today, sir?
Doing well. How are you doing?
So I'm glad to meet you. I'm so excited about this film, but I just, I'm one of those soap fans.
Right.
So I cannot get the image of you and Emily and the rape out of my mind. I just got to say, as the world turns,
Neither
it's
can I.
been like so long, but
Yeah, that image puts me to sleep at night. It's been no that or the image of me decomposing in a trunk. There's so many different things that
so many, right?
get me through the day. It's
Well, I think it just also shows what a great villain, what a great character actor you were. You made such an impression on me anyway in such a short period of time.
well, thank you. It was also a lot of fun to work with all those people. I look at that as the good old days of Aspen. Actually, soaps in general. Everyone was so much fun to work with. The plots were fun. The people were great. I loved working with Martha. She was another one who's just a blast and always made me laugh. And that sometimes made it difficult to be the villain. That was my start of my career, and I couldn't have started any better.
Wow. So tell me about your role in the film that we're going to be seeing.
My character's name is David. I'm the stepfather of Robert. I'm a police officer, and what I've done basically is influenced his life in such a way that I'm trying to get him off this downward sort of spiral that he could be on this bad path towards something more productive, to the point where he decides to take the police exam himself as a result of some pushing that my character David does. And it's an interesting relationship they have. It's hot and it's cold. There's a lot of love there, but there's also a lot of heat, friction, a lot of arguing, but all with that undertone of love. There's nothing in there that's mean-spirited or destructive. It's really quite beautiful.
Did you have contact with Robert's stepfather in real life?
No, unfortunately I didn't. That was one of the things that became really difficult. I talked with Gregori about that possibility, and unfortunately it wasn't there. So now you have this task of playing this character who exists in real life, but basically that source material isn't there to work with as an actor, where you go, okay, now you get to find out a little bit more about your own personal history, things that I can work with. So you're in a way creating this character from scratch, only with what you've got in the script, like almost any other film or television role, but with that added pressure of knowing he's going to see this work. So
how do you navigate that? How do you manage that?
Unfortunately, as much as you don't want to think, as much as you know you can't think about it, you do think about it, and you really have to treat it like any other role, but at the same time being respectful of the fact that you know that the person who's living this character in real life is going to see it. So you always have to be mindful of it. And because this was a work of passion, something about Robert Jr., you want to be as respectful to that memory as possible, and I'm hoping that we succeed.
Absolutely. And an event that happened so recently,
yeah.
Relatively recently.
Yeah, and very near where I grew up. In fact, this happened in Yonkers. I grew up in Mamaroneck, and so it's right nearby. So when this was happening in the local news, I actually saw it. I didn't realize at the time that this was Gregori's cousin.
Okay.
And so it was only later on when Gregori told me about it. So I saw that. I remember that event. I remember when that happened. Yeah. So to get the opportunity to tell that story now is really a blessing.
Then given that you're from this area and you've got an interesting perspective, what do you think needs to happen for this kind of violence and this kind of senseless violence to stop in our lifetime?
Well, really what it comes down to is the values of the people themselves. This is something, unfortunately, that has to start at home, where parents are telling their kids, look, this is the difference between good and bad, and whether that means going to church or speaking with the parents themselves. I mean, that's really what it has to be. There are a lot of folks who want it to happen with a government entity or something else, but there's only so much they can do.
Right. Well played. I'm here with the beautiful Dalia Dave here at the Southside premiere. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a beautiful day.
Isn't it? It's a good day for us, an indie movie
yes,
premiere.
Yes, it is. We got lucky.
So have you seen this movie yet?
No.
This is the first time?
This is the first time I'm going to see it, so I'm very anxious and excited, but it's a beautiful story, and it was done with love, so I'm really, really excited. I play the mother.
You don't look old enough to be a mother.
Gregori gave me a call. He had heard about my work. I mostly do theater, and he told me about the story, and I was just so moved by it that I was like, whatever you need me to do, we have to tell this story, and we have to make sure justice is done. Wow. Because the killer's still out there. As an actress, it was definitely a challenge for me, and an opportunity to just, the mother's still alive, so it was an opportunity to just really get to know this woman and try to interpret her the best as I can. But it was definitely, when we had the scenes when they told us that he died, it was just, you felt it, because it's so recently, less than a year this happened, so it's something so raw and so fresh still, the wound, that you can't help but really get into it and really get emotional about it.
Yeah. Given that you're from the Bronx and you're from this area, what do you think we need to do to have less of this crazy violence in our lifetime?
Well, I'm also somewhat of a social activist, and I believe in reform, and a lot of it has to do with education reform, and education reform right now, it's the main thing in the Bronx that we need, because if these kids are in school, they may not be shooting each other.
Tell us about your role in the film.
Well, I basically play like a mentor to Robert Areizaga Jr. He works for me, and I had a towing and auto body shop in the Bronx, New York, and he's a great kid, and I catch him doing the wrong thing, and I fire him, and then this happens,
Did you get a chance to meet the real-life person whom your character is based upon?
No, I didn't, but I have him in my heart. He's always with me.
Yeah. So much of this film is about the consequences of violence in our society. What do you think, from your perspective, needs to change in order for there to be less of this kind of senseless violence?
I think that all these young kids here should take one step back, and they should be a little more where, like when I grew up, where we were out there and we didn't have so much opportunities. We used to go out there and work hard and enjoy life. I mean, it's senseless. I have 2 sons, 19 and 18. And when I seen that, it hit me very hard because I happen to see the newsreel on TV because I'm from Westchester, New York. So.
Wow.
And I think that this film here will maybe make some people get smart and just think about what life's all about. They're killing each other for nothing out here.
No reason.
And it really upsets me.
No reason. I'm here with Cuban Link at Gregori Martin's Southside premiere. How are you today, sir?
I'm chilling, man. Happy to be here.
You play the father in this movie.
Robert Senior, yes, I did.
Yeah, of the deceased.
That's right, that's right.
So given this was a relatively recent incident, meaning this was just about a year and 4 months ago this happened, what was it like for you to be portraying this character so close to after the tragedy?
It was definitely something that hit home because at the time too I lost my father, so all that energy really went to it. You know, it went towards, you know, he had lost his son and just the emotions, you know, it got deep. It got deep within me, my character. So I mean, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, and it was something that soothed, you know, the souls of the family because it was a recent situation that happened. So it was something that was a great honor to be part of.
By doing this film, did it help you get through your own grieving process?
Yes, that's why it's so special.
Yeah. You yourself have been a recipient of violence here in New York City, and this is a film about the consequences of violence as well.
Yeah, especially in our youth today. You know, it's crazy how we just lose our young people to violence, the street. It's senseless violence, really. It's just the miseducation and us trying to follow the street code, as they say. You know, I'm a product of that, and you know, I've been in situations where I lost, you know, my own friends and some youth that I know that, you know, in the same situation. So it's close to home, and it's something that we have to change. I mean, this movie has a message also. So the message is, you know, stop the gang violence and all the type of violence that you know leads to where, you know, young kids is getting shot over nothing, man.